All right. So, I decided to make a little video here about the last stop motion I did, the Skate or Die ep.2, Skate Everything. I thought it'd be fun. I compiled some clips from when I made it, and I thought I would piece them all together. I thought I would piece them all together and do a little voiceover on top of it and see how it comes out. Could be fun. I never really made a video like this before, so I'll give it a shot, and who knows, hopefully it's not too boring. It's going to be kind of long. It's on the lengthy side, so I apologize for that, but hopefully you stick it out. I will definitely show you a nipple if you make it all the way to the end. That's a lie. I'm not going to show you a nipple. Or will I? I don't know. You'll have to watch it to find out. That's bad. I'm just going to show it to you. All right, so we got that out of the way. Also, it's going to be geared more towards people into animation and stop motion and just making things in general, I guess. So, if you're not into that, it might be extra boring. So, you can just go ahead and skip it right now. Go ahead and skip it. Just skip it and come back to the next one. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit more entertaining. Yeah, so let's just get into it. All right, so this is kind of the little room here, a little studio that I put together for animating. It is, it works pretty well. It's currently being taken up by a lot of paintings that are piling up, so if anybody wants any of them, let me know. So this is the little guy, little Sticky Bones, with his rig and a little wire there. And yeah, so I would animate at night once it was dark, because there are big windows in this room and I could not control the lighting during the day. So I would wait till it was night so I could control the lighting, and that way it's a little bit easier to clean up the rig and the wires in post. Still doesn't really work too well, but did the best I could, and yeah, thumbs up. All right, so this is the next day, where I would spend many hours, and this is going to be super boring because it's in real time, and I would spend many hours here just zooming in, changing the brush size, erasing the rig, and trying to make it look halfway decent or undetectable. However, because I couldn't really get it super clean, there's still some parts where you can notice for sure that the rig is there, which kind of sucks, but hey, I did the best I could with what I had. So there's probably a better way to do it. Although, I mean, well, there has to be. There's got to be a better way to do it because this is not the way to do it. Going frame by frame and masking out the rig and wires on your tiny iPhone SE original. There's probably better ways to do it with some better software, and I need to figure out what that is because this takes a long time. At night I would animate for, let's say, 4 hours from like 8 to midnight, because it got dark about 8. So I would try to just animate for about 4 hours, and I'd usually get about 25 seconds of footage. And then the next day I would wake up, eat breakfast, and just start doing this. And it was mind-numbing. Absolutely mind-numbing. Because there are, as you can see right there's like 11, almost 1,200 frames. And yeah, the rig's not in all of them, but it is in a lot of them. So anytime he's in the air or he's jumping, he needs to be suspended, obviously, and that suspension, the rig and the wires, will need to be masked out as I'm doing here. And in order to do that, I would take a clean plate shot, so just a clean image without him in it, and then I would copy and paste that before each and every frame that I needed to mask something out in. So that in itself takes a little bit, and then you go in and go, as I'm doing here, very slowly and carefully, and trying to erase the rig as much as you can without it looking too terrible. Now, the lighting plays a big part in it, so I was able to control the lighting so it's not flickering very much, but there is a difference in the lighting between the clean plate and the shot that he's in. So, because he casts the shadow. So the clean plate is very bright, and the shot that he's in usually has a shadow in it because of him or the wire or the rig. So there's a kind of a noticeable difference as you erase the rig, which isn't the best because you kind of want it to be undetectable. Let's see. Well, I this is already getting off track. I'm trying to do this all in one take. I don't know why. Probably should have like written something out. Anyway, we're just gonna keep going. The rig. Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, the brush. So I'm using Stop Motion Studio app, and you're able to mask out things, which is what I'm doing here on a very tiny phone using a stylus that I got from the Dollar Tree, the Tree of Dollars, where you can purchase things for $1, and it works. So I use it. It's not the best. It would have been better if I could do this on a computer. It would have been a little bit easier to see, and I think you could do this in Photoshop as well, frame by frame, and you can actually choose which brushes you want to use as far as the hardness goes. So you could kind of blend the edges of the erasing, so you won't notice where the rig was as much. But this brush is a little hard. Actually, there's only one brush, and it is hard. So the line is very noticeable when you erase, and the lighting is different. It's just this hard line. So I could have made it a little bit better in Photoshop, but I did it this way, and it took many hours. I would spend probably about 8 hours doing this and get that 25 seconds that I animated the night before erased. So I'd erase the rig and the wires for that 25 seconds in about 8 hours. So quick, very quick. And this is really long too. I don't know why I left this video this long. I will do some time lapse coming up here, and we'll kind of go through it a little bit quicker. But I think you get the gist of it. I wanted to put it in real time so you can kind of understand how long it takes doing it this way. I think a green screen might be the way to go. I might have to look into kind of getting some green construction paper or make a green screen and light it well enough to where I can use better software and kind of remove this a lot easier than going frame by frame and erasing it out, because this is not the way to do it, I don't think. Again, I'm kind of new to the stop motion, and I'm trying to figure it out as I go. So if anybody knows of a better way, don't hesitate to tell me. All right, so now we've sped it up a little bit here. Thank God. If only it could go this fast in real time. So, yep, just gonna do the same thing here, but in a time lapse. Let's put on some music. And we're back. And yeah, as you can see, the rig and the wires have been erased. So now I'm just going through, make sure I didn't miss any little bits or pieces in each frame, or left one of the duplicate clean plate frames in there. So I'm just kind of going little by little here, little frame by frame, and kind of making sure everything is good and where it should be, and hopefully I didn't miss anything. Yeah, so looks good. Now we've gone to this part and doing the same thing, just kind of checking it out, looking at it. Yeah, little ollie off that motorcycle there, and the motorcycle falls down very slowly. Yeah, thought that was pretty good. We'll cut this part out. Anyway, so just going through, doing the same thing, checking it out, making sure everything's good. And back to the music. Yeah, all right. So this is the fire hydrant that I wanted him to skate as a little homage to Mr. Andy Anderson. So I couldn't quite find one anywhere as like a little prop fire hydrant, so I thought I would just draw it and color it in terribly, as you can see, and then cut it out and put some clay behind it with a little stand, and thought, hey, it might work if I shoot it kind of 2D, where you can't really see it from a 3/4 angle. If it's just head on, it will look fine. That's me eating some soup. And now back to erasing the rig here. But as you can see, the fire hydrant looks sort of like it's a 3D prop, although it is only two-dimensional. And it kind of worked. It worked well. So then I decided to make some dialogue here, make him speak a little bit, and write some lines and record them in the old garage band. So this is that. Hey man, that's my camera. Whoa, 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 take it easy, man. Oh, what's that? So after recording the lines, I cut off the excess quiet time at the end and the beginning of each line that I didn't need, so I could get the exact time of the line, so I could then multiply it by the frame rate, which is 12 frames per second, or twos, and then I knew how long to hold the shot for when filming the animation. So I'm just going line by line here and just cutting it up and getting it to the proper time. And after I cleaned up all the lines and figured out the timing, I would then go shoot the animation, and then I'd have the final result right here, where I would then draw on the mouths to each character in each scene. And that is a very see-through shirt I'm wearing. For some reason it's getting thinner and thinner the more I wash it, and that is a tank top underneath it. I put on the shirt over it because it was getting a little chilly outside. And this is into the night now, so the sweater has come on because it was a little cool, and I'm putting in all the sound effects and the music, cutting up little skateboard noises and piecing them where they need to go. Little popping, little grinding, and some landing, all that jazz, and that's pretty much it. And we're done after that.
Da 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 da